Ammo-geddon 2024. Holy crap, ammo shortages happen all the time. I'm not making this video to be sensational. I am trying to be the voice of reason. The reason that I make these videos is literally trying to tell you guys to calm down, chill out, and don't be like the neckbeard named Jerry that goes down and buys everything he can just so he can price gouge later in the year. That is what causes the problem. If you leave everything on the shelf like you normally would buy, we wouldn't have an issue. Of course, the reason I'm doing this, I was up here working in my man cave. This is going to be the coolest film studio. I'm going to have a gun wall like you don't even understand behind me. It's going to be sick. I'm already wired, insulated. I've got my vapor barrier up. Now all I got to do is hang sheetrock, get that finished out, and then I've got a sick wall coming from hold-up displays. It's going to be freaking fantastic. So right now, if the lighting isn't perfect, if it doesn't look good behind me, please excuse that. Of course, like I said, I was taking a break here and I saw where my buddy had sent me something through Instagram. So he sent me something from Tactical Stuff. I know that's such a simple word to self-censor over, but we try to keep the channel family friendly. So anyway, Tactical Stuff has got an Instagram post, and if you'll go over to their website, they have got a article that just looks horrible. Ammo shortage imminent, the Chinese gunpowder crisis. So the low information folks are just going to freak out over that and run out and buy everything, and this is not what we do. The great powder shortage of 2024 is said to be imminent. Many importers and manufacturers are claiming that nitrocellulose, a core component of gunpowder that originates from the cotton plant in China, is facing a shortage. Nitrocellulose, also known as gun cotton, that's just a cool word, gun cotton, I kind of like that, is a highly flammable compound that's a mixture of nitric esters of cellulose. It's made by treating cellulose with a mixture of sulfuric and nitric acid. Cellulose is the main substance in the walls of plant cells, helping plants to remain stiff and upright. In 1833, M. Braconnet, I probably just murdered that. I was born in the South. I was born with a license to murder just about anything literary. So if I said that wrong, I don't care. Of Paris, of course, yeah, I probably did say that wrong. Made the discovery that starch, sawdust, and cotton wool, when treated with concentrated nitric acid, became very inflammable, taking fire, but were not really explosive. This invention remained merely as a chemical curiosity until 1846, when Professor Schonbein, again, my southern license applies, of Vienna, made the discovery, rendering cotton explosive by the use of sulfuric acid combined with the nitric. So don't go skipping ahead, guys. I've got a discount code that's going to do you a lot of good. Pat RMG saves you $20 off your first 100 at Sportsman Guide. Sportsman Guide has got a little bit of everything for everybody, so it is probably one of the most useful codes that I've ever had. It's not just a niche little product. According to industry insiders, allegedly the shortage is a direct result of China refusing to sell nitrocellulose to Western nations or Europe and only supplying Russian interests. So yes, this is another way that the war in Ukraine is affecting us. I know this is such a first world problem that we can't just go out and shoot when we want to, but it's no huge deal. Currently, we are enjoying some of the lowest ammo prices in years. This means that this should have not been a panic for you. If you're enjoying low ammo prices, buy it cheap and stack it deep. Stack as much of it as your budget allows. That way you can continue to shoot and you're not caught with your ammo cans down, all right? So, hey, I'm glad I came up with that on the fly. You know, instead of saying get caught with your pants down, you got caught with your ammo cans down. I like that. But if this is true, it will disrupt the supply chain dramatically before the election, causing fall ammo prices to skyrocket. Here is a message that we, Tactical Stuff, were sent from Powder Valley, made just today, 5/9/2024. Of course, I'm 2 days behind. I was on Instagram quite a bit yesterday, but I didn't see it because, well, quite frankly, gun companies, their reach is dead. That whole meta platform, all the gun companies are being throttled. You're not seeing everything you need to see. So, of course, like I said, I would not have seen this yesterday. I'm glad my buddy sent me this. So this is the post from Powder Valley. FYI, we have just received the following message from Vista Outdoors, the parent company of Alliant Powders. Due to the worldwide shortage of nitrocellulose, the Vista Outdoor supply agreement for the sale of Alliant powder canisters has been suspended for an unknown period. At this time, we have no timeline for the fulfillment and will be canceling outstanding Alliant orders in our systems. Representatives will provide updates and coordinate new orders based on availability. We have heard mixed messages from various powder suppliers about the availability of nitrocellulose, therefore powder, over the past several months. This one manufacturer's analysis of the situation, we are posting this so you can have all the information we have drawn and draw whatever conclusions are right for you. So they're just basically saying, do with this information what you want. While doing our own independent research, this seems to be tracking for what we have seen in the past months with the Russian side of the current eastern conflict over in Ukraine. Despite international sanctions aimed at restricting Moscow's wartime production, Russia has significantly increased its imports of nitrocellulose, a critical explosive compound essential for the production of gunpowder. So just to give you an idea of how much gunpowder it takes to wage war, this is a propellant canister from a 155 howitzer. So this canister is what would house the propellant that is in those 155s, and this thing is huge. It's wider than me, and it would be quite heavy, and quite frankly, I don't know, what would you say? Could you fit 5,000 complete rounds of 5.56 in here? Let alone, could you load 5,000 rounds or maybe 7,000 rounds if this were an appropriate powder for 5.56? So it's quite a bit just in this one canister to wage war. So yes, naturally, what you've got going on in Ukraine, with us supplying them with munitions and all sorts of stuff, and Russia, having their own munitions, naturally that's going to literally just take this gun cotton and just suck it up. The Eastern conflict compounds this issue. According to Wall Street Journal report citing trade data, these imports have surged 70% in 2022, the year of Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine. And by mid-2023, they had reached 3,039 tons, almost double the level of 2021. The surge in Russian nitrocellulose imports come at a time when defense companies worldwide are struggling to secure this vital material due to a shortage, leading to price hikes and production bottlenecks. Nitrocellulose, primarily used in munitions, faces strict international trade regulations, limiting its production to only a few countries. Few countries produce nitrocellulose. Thailand, China, and India are considered the most significant players. The U.S. is a net importer. The problem lies with both supply and demand. The Russian-Ukraine war has created a massive sinkhole for munitions, and China has tightened its supply. In the U.S., gun aficionado websites lit up in January after an ammunition dealer said he was at a firearms industry show and learned that nitrocellulose was in short supply. So here this is May the 11th, and we're just now learning from January. It has not been widely circulated, and I do make these videos. I'm not trying to be the one that freaks out and says that the sky is falling. I literally want you guys to just be prepared. If you've bought your ammo cheap and you've stacked it deep, that means that no matter what happens, you can still go to the range. It doesn't mean that you can go bang, 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 bang all the time, like some of the people that I inhabit the range with. Public ranges are scary, and there are people that'll go to those public ranges. They don't have an optic on their AR, and all they're doing is just pulling the trigger. They're just going bang, 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 bang. They shoot up their 50 or 100 rounds, and they go home. Now, if that person were to actually put an optic on that AR, sight that thing in, and actually start hitting some stuff, they might actually get their validation and slow down just a little bit. Like let's say that you're a long range shooter and you're feeling the crunch on your ammo, or you're feeling the crunch on your powder. You might fine tune your dope just a little bit. That way you're hitting at distance and you get that nice little ringy dingy, that little dopamine hit. I know a buddy of mine, Rob Higgins, when we were training, he was always calling it the dopamine hit when you hit the steel. So, you get that validation, and maybe you'll slow down and shoot just a little bit less, but at least you're still out on the range. Sam Gabbert, owner of SG Ammo, said factories seemed to have gunpowder stockpiled, but this issue is expected to catch up to them no later than the summer of 2024 and possibly within a few months. So yes, summer of 2024 is upon us. These findings have left us with a pretty concrete theory that we will be seeing a rise in the cost and price of ammunition to the U.S. consumer. Now, we don't want to seem as fear-mongering. Of course, tactical stuff, they put out this and people buy a little bit of ammo. It helps their bottom line, So even if they say they're not fear-mongering, they can produce this and, put a little bit of dollars, put some orders in the system and get a little dollars in the bank. But there is definitely going to be a change in the market, and we would hate to have to say, we told you so. Now, The reason that I make these videos is literally so that I don't have to say, I told you so. If you have got that nice little stockpile of ammunition, you're still going to enjoy yourself. You don't have to freak out. You don't have to worry about defending your home. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff. You can literally just buy it and set it off in the back and forget about it. You know, you can get your ammo cans. You can put you some desiccant bags in there to keep it nice and dry. And of course, putting it into a nice place, a nice air-conditioned, nice, dry, cool place will be really good for your ammo and keeping it for the long haul, keeping those cases from tarnishing and all that. So definitely remember, Pat RMG saves you $20 off your first $100 order at Sportsman's Guide. I don't get a kickback. It's just my thank you to you for watching the videos. I really appreciate that. Y'all have a wonderful day. We'll see you next video. I love you, and I love my gunpowder.